But this agreement is based on a lie. We call that fraud. And essentially that's what you did. You said, I have to get out of this partnership. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So you come up with the idea of lying to her that you can't use this apartment that you rented as an Airbnb anymore because it was illegal to do so. And so then you come up with this other $1,500 agreement. So our question is whether we were going to honor that agreement. And you realize that the lease that you signed for the apartment that you eventually rented out prevented you from renting it out as an Airbnb, didn't you?
Correct.
Why did you do that then? You knew that it was in violation of the lease.
Actually, the office knew, my manager.
The office manager of the people that you leased the apartment from?
Yes.
So the two of you were involved in a fraud. Did you know that?
I just did the lease when.
Well, you weren't on the lease, you signed the lease.
Right.
Correct.
So now the next question for us is, do we enforce an agreement that was essentially inappropriate to begin with as a partnership? I have nothing further.
Yeah, Ms. Thomas, let's just say she was honest with you, said, I want you out of this business, I want to just run this on my own. Would you have accepted a $1,500 buyout?
I would not have accepted those terms. I would have tried to make agreements with her in order for us to continue to work out until the lease ended.
You took the $1,500 thinking that that was probably the last time you were going to make money from this business.
Right.
You probably would have asked for more.
Exactly, because we had made more than enough profit alone, so why would I accept $1,500 as a buyout in a business that has made 10 times that?
I'm done.
Thank you. We're going to excuse the parties while we deliberate on this matter. Thank you very much.
This courtroom is now in recess.
Okay, so kind of a complicated case. You have a partner who lied to the other in order to get out of a partnership. And the plaintiff made some valid points. She agreed to this $1,500 because she believed that the actual business was dissolving and didn't realize that her partner was actually trying to buy her out. So I do think that she is entitled to some reimbursements, but she is asking for specific amounts, and I want to get your thoughts on what you think she's owed.
I'm in agreement. I don't think that you can hold her to that $1,500 buyout when the defendant lied to her and said, we can physically no longer operate this business, so we've got to do something to dissolve it. I also don't think you can hold them to the contract here because, as Judge Keara pointed out, this was a contract made for an illegal purpose, which is renting the Airbnb, even though their lease expressly prohibited that. So I think we're kind of in an oral partnership territory where we've kind of got to figure out what's fairest in terms of reimbursements.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think we just have to look at the general partnership aspects of it and say, what were the total profits? What were the costs subtracted from the profits? And each gets half. And depending upon what she said she's already gotten, we would deduct that and give her the difference. Now, that's an accounting matter, which I'm going to lay in your hands.
Oh, thanks. Well, see, the plaintiff didn't really make it clear in terms of what she actually took home.
She never indicated what her profit take was.
So $13,000 was after expenses or before?
Before,
I think. Before expenses.
It was after Airbnb took their portion, but before, I think, their business expenses, you know, redecorating, cleaning. I'm of a little different mind on the reimbursements. In my mind, I would separate the reimbursements that only related to the time period where she was getting a profit.
Correct.
Rent, storage fees for things they were using. I don't think she's entitled to that.
Right.
I'm inclined to give her reimbursement for the items the defendant is still using to operate a successful business. The decor, the furniture she purchased, everything that she put in that defendant is still essentially using to turn a profit off of. I would give her 100% of that reimbursement because of the sort of fraudulent way that this ran down.
I agree with you.
She said $930 was for the decor, rental insurance. What about the Wi-Fi cancellation? $175 because of the office, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're including that. And the $753 that went towards the January office rent.
I think she's entitled.
I think she's entitled to that back as well.
Okay, so the plaintiff, we are in agreement, is entitled to the $753 that the defendant took and applied to the rent for the office space. She's entitled to that. The $175 for the Wi-Fi cancellation. She's also entitled to the $930 that went to the decor and the rental insurance. So $753, $175, and the $930 for a grand total of $1,858.
Agreed.
Agreed.